Hello, my name is David Lucas. I'm president of St. Louis Writers Guild. I'd like to take just a couple of minutes to talk to you about the future of St. Louis Writers Guild and where we have been. For those who are unaware, St. Louis Writers Guild is getting ready to celebrate its 100th year. 100 years of serving a writing community, one of the greatest hotbeds of creativity in the entire United States. That's not in New York, that's not in LA, that's here on the banks of the Mississippi. For the last 100 years, St. Louis Writers Guild has gone through many different changes. And I often wonder what our founders would have thought about where we are today. And I hope they'd be proud of everything we've done. When I joined St. Louis Writers Guild in 2008, I answered a call at one of the meetings by the then president, Robin Tice, who asked for volunteers. You see, St. Louis Writers Guild is a nonprofit organization. We're actually a 501c3. We're also a limited liability corporation filed with the state. And unlike a lot of other nonprofits that I've been involved with, there are absolutely no staff that get paid in St. Louis Writers Guild. Everything that is done because the people who work for St. Louis Writers Guild love the community and are giving to the community. Some jobs might only be 10 hours a week. Some are closer to 60 or more. Every ounce of dues or every penny of dues that gets paid into St. Louis Writers Guild goes towards its program, with just a little bit going towards its post office box and its website. That's it. That's the entire expense of the guild. As I said, St. Louis Writers Guild is run by volunteers, and we need more volunteers to step forward and help the guild out and to continue to grow the guild and to do the work that we've been doing for the last 11 plus years. And that is building the bridges throughout the community of this writers town. You see, in 2008, when I first joined St. Louis Writers Guild, the writing community here in St. Louis was very fractured, very divided. Organizations didn't want to work with each other. Organizations would try to compete with each other, and there's no need for that. Over the last 11 years, our officers and the officers of other literary organizations here in St. Louis have worked tirelessly to build the bridges that now flow between us. There are some great literary organizations out there that have been partners of ours, friends of ours, working hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder. They are in no particular order. Saturday Writers, St. Louis Publishers Association, Greater St. Louis Sisters in Crime, the Missouri Romance Writers of America, the St. Louis Poetry Center, the St. Louis Press Club, and I'm probably missing some as well. We have loved having you work with us, and we thank you for being willing to help build this beautiful community of ours into the writers community that it is today. The center of creativity, I am willing to say, and there's reports that will support it, it's not in New York or LA, it's here. Think about that for a second. The flyover area holds some of the best writers in the entire country. In St. Louis Writers Guild, we have been growing. And we will run like a corporation by its volunteers. I know that there are volunteers that need to step down because of things going on in their life. In fact, I am stepping down. As of August 30th, I will no longer be president of St. Louis Writers Guild. Jessica Matthews, who has been elected by the board, who has been serving the board exemplarily over the years and tirelessly, will be taking over. I ask that you give her your support and your help in running St. Louis Writers Guild and continuing the relationships we have built throughout the entire community, be it with the writing organizations I mentioned, with the schools, colleges, and more, as well as the bridges we've been building with literary organizations around the country. St. Louis Writers Guild is unique. We're unique in the way we have been able to adapt to the changes to the industry. We've been unique in the fact that we welcome people who have been everything from putting their small toe into the water to figure out if this is something they really want to do, to those who have been national bestsellers. We treat everybody the same. There's no competition for us. You are St. Louis Writers Guild. We are all friends here. We're all family here. I do ask that anybody can help. Please do help. If you have questions, ask any of the officers of the board that are at this meeting that this will be airing at, or any of the other volunteers who are tirelessly working to run the community, to run the guild. With that said, I want to talk just briefly about the past and the future, as if I haven't already, right? I mentioned that we were once fractured across this community. The healing of those wounds coalesced, and its pinnacle of celebration of that was GatewayCon. Believe me, in the past, I could see where St. Louis Writers Guild held writers' conferences back in the 1940s and showed off St. Louis and the St. Louis writing community and everything else back then. And I can understand why they stopped. It's a huge, huge, huge undertaking. But GatewayCon, while it lasted, did that again, but it did more. It showed off the ability that we have across all of our organizations to work together towards one common goal, to building each other, to building the authors and providing a gateway to the publishing world which has changed dramatically in the 21st century. And it shows that St. Louis is a force to be reckoned with in the community of writers. Everyone, I want to thank you for all the hard work you've done. And I want to tell you, as we get ready to celebrate 100 years for St. Louis Writers Guild, and there will be more changes coming, I'm sure. Any organization that continues to grow will change. I want to beg you to keep putting work in and making this organization the great organization it is. It can only work, it can only achieve with your help and your support. So to my fellow board members, or my former fellow board members, I should say, thank you for all your time and your efforts. To our membership chair, who I do know is begging to move on, Amy Zlatic, if you happen to be seeing this video, a huge thank you for all the hours of work you've been doing. To Sherry Polstow out there, to Sherry Hill, to people who I could continue to list. I got a list about longer than the screen will allow of people who I could say thank you to. Steve Langhorst, to you as well. Autumn, if you're out there as well, and more. I can't cover everybody. I would love to. Wish I could be there to say thank you personally. But as you know, changes in my life. I actually work every day that we have a workshop or an open mic. And Sometime around this time next year, I will be in the nation of Colombia working on set at a film that I'm now co-screenwriter and fight scene coordinator for. That's scary. Anyway, so I probably may not see some of you for quite a while, but you're always there. Take care. Take care of each other. You always have friends here. Bye-bye.